Alright, welcome back to the Krabby Dice, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys my storage solution for Primal the Awakening, which is this massive boss battling game that comes in this ginormous box, and depending the pledge level you get a bunch of these extra little expansion boxes. So my goal was to remove as much of that as possible to save shelf space. If not, you're taking up like 3 or 4 calyx worth of space that you don't really need to use up. Alright, so I pretty much build these foam core inserts for almost all my games. So, let me know in the comments below if you want me to show you more of these type of videos, or even better, if you have a different solution and you want to show it off, post it in the links below and we'll take a look, and maybe I'll make mine a little bit better. All right, I go by eye, and it's not scientific, but it is what it is. So let's get cracking. Let's not waste any more time. I mean, I don't want to make this a 30-minute unboxing video and bore you to death. So let's just get to it. Oh, and I did forget to mention, I got the gameplay all-in, which comes with everything except for the, I believe, terrain and the card box, which comes with the sleeves. All right, which I'll talk about during this video, because I wish I did get that card sleeve box, because it would have saved me some space and organized my stuff a little bit better. All right, but anyway, so when you open it up, obviously the game board, not that interesting. Toss it on the side. You're going to have some campaign sheets, player sheets, blah, blah, blah. You're going to have the other game board. And here we go. So just to get things started, on the left here, all right, it's going to be all the forge cards. Feel free to put the extra forge cards, because you're going to have duplicate of every single one, because the expansion characters in the same area, there's plenty of space for both. I decided to not put them in there for whatever reason. In the middle here, I have pretty much all the manuals with all the game mats for all the monsters and all the characters. They're all in here, right in the middle. One of the clever things I did is I created a little recessed area over here. You're going to notice this part's a little taller than here for the taller monsters. So everything fits in snug, so that even if the box is shaking, this is not going across the box and making a ton of damage. It's all nicely set up. Now I'm going to get to why I wish I did get the foam sleeve box. Not for the sleeves, just so I can have a box to organize the cards. Because I do have here a slot for the cards, the forge cards. But because of that, I don't have space to organize my tokens. All right? Normally I would make a token tray or some sort to organize my tokens. But there's no real space in this box to do so. So I gotta shove them all in baggies, and there's plenty of space in between the monsters, so you can organize them a little bit better in the baggies and just shove them all around the board, or within the insert, however you like. All right, but getting back to this little tray that I created, this is going to be all the forge cards. As you can see, they're all color coordinated or organized. So go in there and look for what you're looking for. Not that hard. In the same tray here, I got all the terrain pieces and some of the extra cards below. The plants and all that stuff is here. And right below, as you can see, all the hero characters. They're really tiny. All right, so I left them near the top of the box and easy to reach. So if you stored them at the bottom of the box, it might be a little harder to get to. All right, so that's what I decided to do right here and on the right. All right, so below, this is going to be pretty boring, but this is my foam core, right? So it's not rocket science when you're putting foam core together. You're just trying to find the height of the stuff, and then you're trying to just, put the stuff together so that it takes up the least amount of room possible. So that being said, I actually started with the bottom. All right, and what I tried to do is I put all monsters that were under a certain height and that were weirdly shaped. So that's what I did below here. So the stuff that have huge wings, like the dragon here, this bird guy and this other bird guy, they take up a lot of room because they're not standard shapes. They stick off their base quite a bit. So they're all down here, including this dude with the massive tail. I sort of put underneath this monster's wings, so it takes up a lot less space. Just try to put things together so it takes up less space. This guy's tail sort of made a hole in my insert over here so his tail can pass, so he doesn't have to use up extra space for the tail and all that stuff. So just fit it together, and that's it. Just build walls so that things don't knock up against each other and cause damage, especially if you want to paint. You're okay. I did forget to talk about the dragon. Obviously, the nicest model in the game. There you go. So he's probably the main reason the original insert sucks for this game. I mean, just his model in the original box, I think, takes a third of the box, and he's just standing out there. It's horrible solution. So toss that in the garbage. Don't use it. Build your own. Okay. So I decided to put him on the right over here. I actually started the design of this with the dragon here, knowing he's going to be in the corner, and I built everything around him. All right, because he's the biggest piece. All right, that's it. Pretty boring. Copy what I did. I don't care. And then up here, there's going to be a second layer with some other monsters. I have the taller monsters, like I mentioned before, on the left-hand side here. So Godzilla and this crab guy with his stupid antenna that sticks out are on the left. Some of the smaller guys are in the middle, so I can have that recessed area. And then over here on the right, actually interesting enough, is where I put the two smallest guys. So you have the bug and the squirrel-looking guy. Because they take up way too much space flat on the table, right? So easiest way to save space, put them on their side. All right, so I have a little two standy areas right over here where they're going to be standing and not hitting anything else. All right, that's it. If I did have to recommend something, if you're building your own insert, is make sure the left-hand wall over here reaches to the top of the box. All right, up to the top. I'm going to show you. It's because if you have it below the taped area over here, so, you know, around the box, there's pretty much just a sticker that they tape around for the design, for the words and all that stuff. Well, if your insert goes below that tape, every time you're taking this tray in and out, it's going to rub up against that tape and it's going to cause damage. Just with my finger before, I was able to like almost peel off some of this tape. So imagine the damage you can do by taking out the whole tray every time. So what I did is I glued these extenders on the top and the bottom so it goes past the tape, so it's easier to just take out the stuff and it doesn't get stuck. That's my little recommendation. Besides that, everything fits normally. And this is all the monsters in one box. Actually, I just thought of something that I probably am going to do. I noticed that I did leave extra space. Like there's plenty of space behind the dragon. I can probably create a token organizer right behind here. So that's a tray that I can take out in and out every time I want to play. So keep that in mind. If you're copying my idea, I'm probably going to do that next. All right, but let's put this all back. I mean, you saw pretty much everything. And I don't know what else to say. Let me know in the comments below if you would change anything, if I can make it a little bit better. Goes here, goes back here, and this goes back here. I mean, it is what it is. Toss that to the side, and we're gonna go through the most boring box ever. It's just the cards. That's it. So, in my solution, instead of having 5 or 6 of those smaller boxes, I just kept the box that I like the design of the most. I love this dinosaur guy. And in here, oh, I actually forgot that I kept the campaign books in here. So in here, I'm just going to have the campaign books and the cards. All right, so I organized all the forge cards here by forge type. So all the yellow ones are together, all the iron ones are together, the fire ones are together. So if you want to go see which forge or weapon it is, just give them this baggie and they can go find their weapon. So they're all on the side over here as well. And there you go. So these are all the regular size cards. So it's going to be all the heroes over here and all the monsters on the left. All right, there's not much more to say. You're going to fight the Alaxier. Just go grab his card and you're off and running. All right. Now this is not sleeved at all. So again, by getting the sleeved box, you would have a better organization for your cards because all of these not only would be sleeved, but they would all be in that separate box. You'd save space in your box, main core box, putting all those in the sleeve box as well. But I already talked about that. But there you go. That's pretty much my solution. Everything's in 2 boxes. Fits pretty well. But I did lie about one thing. I am going to keep a second box. All right. My second favorite design box. As you can hear, it's empty. There's nothing in here. I'm not storing anything in here. I'm going to keep this strictly as my travel box. All right, because if I'm going to go play this campaign at a buddy's house and we're going to play just a one-shot mission, This is like the perfect size box. You can put two monsters inside or whatever, the characters, the sheet, their decks of cards and all that. This can be like your mini campaign box, all right, with your sheets. You can put the campaign book inside, the rule book, and you can all be in here. And you can travel with this, go to someone's house, go to game night, play your mission, and there you go. You're done. Pretty awesome. All right, so in reality, I'm actually going to keep two of these, even though everything fits in just the core box and one. But there you go. That's it. That's what I wanted to show you. We'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.